This is Ian Lamont. I've been an advertiser on Amazon for 8 years doing PPC campaigns for my two Amazon brands. Today, I'm going to talk about the two hidden metrics Amazon doesn't want you to use to evaluate your own PPC campaigns. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and subscribe, and let's get started. So we're looking at my Amazon advertising console. You can see all my campaigns here. And one thing that you often see when you come to your campaigns is you see like the metrics that Amazon wants you to use to evaluate your campaigns. Spend, sales, ACoS, sometimes ROAS, and impressions. I've talked about ACoS before and why this is such a flawed metric. The two metrics that actually you should be using to evaluate your campaigns, Amazon does not show them up here. It does not show them down here. It is not available as an option when you customize columns. It's just not there. And basically those two particular metrics are conversion rate and also spend per sale. I'm going to show you how I calculate them. You can do it in your head, but it's much easier if you can actually do it on a spreadsheet. And you can see spend per sale is right here, and then the conversion rate is right here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how I calculate those and why they're so important, and also why Amazon is hiding them from its PPC customers and why you're kind of forced to do a workaround to calculate them. So let's blow this up a little bit so we can see them more clearly. The number one metric that I use every single day when I open up my Amazon PPC campaign list, I'm kind of doing it in my head, or maybe I'll export it to a spreadsheet to calculate it, but it's a spend per sale. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking the spend for a particular campaign over a period of time, and then I'm dividing it by the number of orders to come to a particular number. In my case, almost all of the sales that I get, it's basically one customer buying one order. So I'm not doing it by item, I'm doing it by order. And the spend per order is basically, for this particular, the top item right here is $2. You can see the one below it is nearly $5. So it's basically $80 in spend for a particular period, and then the number of orders was 16 for that. So that works out to about $5 per order. And what happens when I see that, I've done some color coding here. The red ones are the ones I need to either optimize right away, or I need to maybe turn them off. The green ones, they're doing pretty well. The yellow ones, monitor, maybe optimize them a little bit. So I'm looking at that a lot. And the other thing is when I'm looking at the spend per sale, I'm also comparing it to the profit per sale for each one of those items. So let's say that in this particular case, spend per sale is $2, but the profit per item is $6. So that means I'm actually I'm actually making a profit of about $4 per item for the campaigns that I'm using for that particular item. The profit per item for the items that I'm selling, it varies quite a bit because I have a whole range. I'm selling like, I don't know, maybe about 40 or 50 different products on Amazon right now, and there's really a range. But that's kind of that's what I'm thinking about. That's one of the hidden metrics that I use. I can either calculate it on a spreadsheet, or oftentimes what I'll do is I'll just take a look. I'll just eyeball the orders column and the spend column and just do it in my head. So $70 divided by 14, that's $5. So $5 spend per sale. Down here, we have a campaign where it is $11.50 for 2 orders. So that works out to roughly about $5.75 spent per sale. That's a problem because the profit level for this particular product is $4.50. So I need to figure out how to optimize that a bit more. And then kind of above it, there's another one. This is a big problem. 2 orders, more than $25. It works out to more than $12 spent per sale. So this is a campaign probably going to turn off, or really look under the hood and see what's going wrong. Now there's a second hidden metric that is not shown by Amazon. This is kind of surprising to me. I'm just wondering why they don't show it, because it's such an obvious thing that people want to know, and that's the conversion rate. And conversion rate, the way that I calculate it, is basically looking at the number of clicks and then the number of orders to arrive at that particular click level. And basically, it creates a percentage that you can use to evaluate whether or not the campaign is actually turning a lot of people that are looking at the ad into someone that they want to find out more by looking at the detail page, or doing something, taking some other sort of action on Amazon. And I have a separate column for that in my spreadsheet. It's basically right here. Now this is a couple years old, and my conversion rate at the time was spectacular. This was during like the height of the pandemic. A lot of people were home. They were buying the products that we offered. So you can see some really very, very strong conversion rates, like crazy high, nearly 30%. Like, what's going on? I wish I could still do that now. Sometimes you'll see some super high numbers down here too. And I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Oftentimes it means that maybe it's just like a new campaign and you just got a couple clicks, but more than, like you have 3 clicks and one of them converts to a sale. So that's a conversion rate of 33%, but that doesn't scale up usually. That's what I found. What I will be doing is I'll be looking at numbers like this, really low conversion rates, and see what's going on with the creative or maybe something else with the keywords. Like people see the advertisement, but it doesn't kind of line up with their expectations. So I may want to evaluate that campaign as well. But those are the two metrics, the two hidden metrics in Amazon PPC campaigns. You can calculate them, but Amazon doesn't show them by default. And the reason why Amazon doesn't show them by default is it doesn't help their business. They want sellers to be spending as much money as possible on campaigns. And what they do is they've given you some very vague and misleading metrics like ACoS to try to lead people on to think that, oh yeah, you're getting an ACoS of 100% and that you're breaking even, and that's not the case at all. Amazon doesn't say that outright, but I've heard some agency people, advertising agencies, suggest that, oh yeah, it's 100%, so you're breaking even, and that's not true because ACoS measures advertising cost of sale. The sales is Amazon's gross sale, not the revenue that you're getting, much less the profit that you're getting. So that's why I totally ignore this particular metric, and I use those two hidden metrics I was talking about before, spend per sale and conversion rate, to evaluate my campaigns. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it or subscribe. You can also see more of my videos and blog posts on leanmedia.org. There's a link in the show notes, but basically go to leanmedia.org, click on blog or video, and you'll see tons more content about Amazon-related issues. I live and breathe this stuff every day for my business, and I like to share my expertise. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.